Please mute your meeting. Thank you. Let's start with today's class. We are left with Unit 12 in Block 4. Let's complete it first, then we will start next block. In Unit 12, it is IT Act 2000. In this, we are going to study about the definition, its formulation, amendments under the IT Act 2000, Act and 2008 and 2000 in 2008 only. The digital signature and encryption, then attribution, then acknowledgement and dispatch of electronic records, then regulation of certifying authorities, digital signatures certificates, duties of subscribers, penalties and adjudication, procedure, working and legal position in digital signature, appellate tribunal, offenses and cyber crimes, e-signature and digital signature, encryption, and summary. Let us start with the introduction. The Information Technology Act, that is IT Act, was passed as a response to the developments in the IT sector to facilitate e-commerce and e-governance and to control cyber crimes. The IT Act 2000 is the law pertaining to information technology. IT Act 2000 was the result of passing of the bill by both the houses of parliament. The act is grounded on the United Nations Commission and on international trade law. It deals with e-commerce and cyber crimes. It is an act to provide legal recognition for transactions carried out by means of electronic data interchange and other means of electronic communication, commonly referred to as electronic commerce. The act came into force on 17th October 2000. How did the act formulate? The advent of internet and then the growth in internet-based business transactions necessitated the formulation and implementation of law to regulate the field. The digital technology has transformed our lives and conducting several activities with the help of IT. Before the formulation of IT Act 2000, the overall environment was of apprehension. Keeping in view these factors, the IT Bill was introduced to facilitate e-commerce as well as e-governance. The IT Bill was drafted in the year 1998. Then the bill was put in front of Parliamentary Standing Committee wherein certain modifications were suggested. Finally, IT Minister suggested some changes and the approved modifications were retained in the bill and the rest was discarded. The President of India also provided his assent to the bill and it became the act that came into force on 17th October 2000. The IT Act 2000 brought in the amendments into the Indian Penal Code 1860, the Indian Evidence Act 1872, Bankers Book Evidence Act 1891, and the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934, thereby incorporating the issues relating to crimes and evidences based on electronic mode and to address the need for regulations pertaining to electronic transfer of funds. Amendments in IT Act 2000. What are the amendments in this act? The act introduced several definitions to bring in more clarity and to make it more inclusive. First one is electronic signature, means authentication of any electronic record by a subscriber by means of the electronic technique specified in the second schedule and includes digital signature. Second is communication device, means cell phones, personal digital assistants, or combination of both. Next is cyber cafe, means any facility from where access to the internet is offered by any person in the ordinary course of business to the members of the public. Then is cyber security, means protecting information, equipment, devices, computer resource, communication device, and information stored therein from unauthorized access, use, disclosure, disruption, modification, or destruction. The Act also revised the definition of intermediary with respect to any particular electronic records, means any person who, on behalf of another person, receives, stores, or transmits that record or provides any service with respect to that record and includes telecom service providers, network service providers, internet service providers, web hosting service providers, service engines, online payment sites, online auction sites, online marketplaces, and cyber cafes. The Act also brought in changes while addressing the penalties and compensations for damage to computer system, etc. Computer related offenses inserted sections relating to punishment for sending offensive messages through communication services. It further said any electronic mail or electronic mail message for the purpose of causing annoyance or inconvenience or to deceive or to mislead the addressee or recipient about the origin of such messages inserted wide ITAA Act 2008 shall be punishable with imprisonment. Several other changes were also introduced. These major changes have been discussed in the upcoming sections. Any questions till this topic?
No, ma.
Next is digital signature and encryption. Under the provisions of ITF 2000, digital signatures may be used by any subscriber for the purpose of authentication of an electronic record. The electronic record is authenticated with the help of asymmetric crypto system and has hash function which envelop and transform the initial electronic record into another electronic record of the Information Technology Act 2000. Traditionally, the signature by an individual on any document helps in authentication of the document and provides an assurance to the receiver regarding its trustworthiness. The IT Act 2000 recognizes public key cryptography for the safeguarding of electronic documents. The authentication process will apply a symmetric crypto system and hash function that envelopes and transforms the initial electronic record into another record. The electronic record can be verified by any other person who is in the possession of the public key. Furthermore, every subscriber has a private as well as a public key which are unique to him and which constitutes a functioning key pair. The process involves the following steps. The message that has to be signed using digital signature is outlined and then processed with the help of an algorithm called hash function. This hash result so produced is encrypted using the private key of the sender. This is the digital signature. It is then attached to the message which is then transmitted over to the receiver through internet. Once the message is received at the receiver's end, he uses the public key of the sender to decrypt the message. If the sender's message is successfully decrypted using his public key and the hash result is computed and compared with the output of the digital signature, then the receiver is assured of the authenticity and integrity of the message. Next topic is attribution. The communication taking place through electronic medium does not have any tangible component. Therefore, it becomes difficult to affix responsibilities and define associations. The term attribution means the action of ascribing a work or remark to a particular author, artist, or person. The IT Act 2000 lays down the guidelines about how an electronic document can be attributed to the individual from whom it originated. It says that the electronic document will be attributed to the originator under following conditions. If the originator himself sent the electronic record, if an individual who was given the authority by the originator to act on his behalf in respect of that particular electronic record has sent it, if it was sent by using information system which was programmed by the originator himself or on his behalf to automatically send the electronic record. For example, if an email was sent to B from A, then A will be the originator of the electronic record and B will be the addressee in this case. Acknowledgement and dispatch of electronic records. Section 12 of the IT Act deals with the manners in which acknowledgement of the receipt electronic record may be made, and Section 13 of the IT Act discusses the time of receipt of the electronic record. If the originator of the electronic record has not specified any particular mode of acknowledgement to be given by the receiver regarding the receipt of the record, the acknowledgement can be given by any communication by the addressee, automated or otherwise, or any conduct of the addressee sufficient to indicate to the originator that the electronic record has been received. Also, in case where the originator of the electronic record has stipulated that the electronic record shall be binding only on receipt of the acknowledgement of such electronic record by him, then unless acknowledgement has been so received, the electronic record shall be deemed to have been never sent by the originator. But in cases where the originator has not specified that the electronic record will be binding upon only upon the receipt of acknowledgement, and the acknowledgement has not given received by the originator within the specified or agreed, or if no time has been specified or agreed or to within a reasonable time, then the originator may give notice to the addressee. The section 13 of the IT Act talks about dispatch of electronic record. Now let us understand some of the regulations of certifying authorities. The authority need to assign tasks and functions to the deputy controller and assistant controller lies within the controller. The controller functions include supervising the activities of the certifying authorities, specifying their duties, certifying their keys, laying down standards for them, taking decisions after regarding the requirements pertaining to the desired qualification and relevant experience of the authorities, etc. The controller has the authority of the recognition of foreign certifying authority as a certifying authority with the prior approval of the central government. The controller may also revoke the recognition if is satisfied that any certifying authority has contravened any of the conditions and restrictions subject to which it was granted recognition. The controller also has the power of the delegation of any of his powers to the deputy controller, assistant controller, or any other officer. In the case of certifying authorities, they have to make sure that they are following the procedures and protocols as prescribed by the Act, and they also have to ensure that their employees also abide by the procedures and protocols. Let us understand the digital signature certificates now. The IT Act 2000 talks about digital signature certificates, which in detail key validates and certifies the identity of the person holding it. The important characteristics of digital signatures are certificates are these certificates help in authentication of the message source as the ownership is bound to a specific user. They help in providing an assurance that the message was not altered during the transit. Non-repudiation is ensured as the sender cannot deny sending a message bearing his digital signature. Some of the duties of subscribers are after the issuance of the digital signature certificates, the subscribers are expected to perform certain duties, and these duties include he has to take all the necessary precautions to avoid the leak of the private key, and in case the private key gets compromised, he should immediately communicate this to the certifying authority. The subscriber shall be liable till the time the certifying authority has been informed regarding the breach. Penalties and adjudication. The IT Act 2008 added several crimes related to cyberspace and also introduces penalties for control of such crimes. The penalties of various offenses are as follows. Under Section 43, penalty and compensation for damage to computer system. This section says if an individual who is not authorized to access use a computer Computer system or computer network accesses or exec data in any form, introduces virus in it, or it is responsible for some action resulting in virus attack, disrupts it, tampers it, or destroys it, deletes or alters any information contained therein, will be held responsible for the payment of damages by the way of compensation. Section 43A states that compensation for the failure to protect data. Section 44, penalty for the failure to furnish information, return, etc. Then Section 45 is residuary penalty. If an individual gets in opposition to any rule and regulations that has been laid down by the IT Act, for which any specific penalty has not been mentioned in the Act, he will be held liable for the payment of the compensation of an amount not exceeding 25,000 rupees to the individual who gets impacted by the action, or the penalty of an amount not exceeding 25,000 rupees. Adjudication. For adjudication pertaining to the matters discussed in the chapter, central government has the power to appoint an adjudicating officer. This officer should not be below the rank of the director to the government of India or an equivalent officer of the state. Any questions still here?
No, ma.
Next is procedure, working, and legal position in digital signature. Digital signatures have been recognized by Indian legal system under the guidelines issued by IT Act 2000. The act was an outcome of increased focus on improving the ease of doing business in India. Digital signature has been defined as authentication of electronic record. The introduction of electronic signature in IT Act 2008 brought in technological neutrality and broadened the ambit by covering digital signature as well as other forms such as biometric. The digital signatures use public key infrastructure and are created and verified with its help. To encrypt and decrypt these signatures, two keys namely are required: public key and private key. The signature of an individual is a representation of his identity. It holds a significant legal position and represents the identity as well as intent of the concerned person. Appellate Tribunal. The IT Act 2000 provides for the establishment of Cyber Appellate Tribunal that states the central government shall by notification establish one or more appellate tribunals to be known as the Cyber Regulation Appellate Tribunal. You can see this diagram: jurisdiction, constitution, procedures, and power. Constitution. The tribunal consists of only one person, the presiding officer of the Cyber Appellate Tribunal. The presiding officer is appointed by the central government and the necessary qualifications for the same are: he will be qualified for the appointment if he is or has been or qualified to be a judge of a high court, or it has been a member of Indian legal service and holding or has held in post grade 1 of the service for at least 3 years. Jurisdiction. Any individual who is aggrieved pertaining to the orders of a controller or adjudicating officer may appeal to the Cyber Appellate Tribunal. Then procedures and powers. The Act states that the Cyber Appellate Tribunal shall not be bound by the procedure laid down by the Code of Civil Procedure 1908, but shall be guided by the principles of natural justice and subject to the other provisions of this Act and of any rules. The Cyber Appellate Tribunal shall have powers to regulate its procedures, including the place at which it shall have sitting. Offences and cyber crimes. Cybercrime is an umbrella term which includes criminal activities involving computer, internet, and cyberspace. It is basically criminal exploitation of computer or internet. You can see these cyber crimes: unauthorized access of the computers, data diddling, virus worms attack, theft of computer, Trojan attacks, logic bombs, denial of attacks, hacking, webjacking, email bombing, etc. These are the offenses and their punishments. Just for an example, under section 65, tampering with computer source document, and here the punishment is of imprisonment up to 3 years or with a fine which may be extended up to 2 lakh rupees or with both. You can go through these offenses and their punishments by yourself. Section 65 to section 69. It is given here with the offenses and punishments. And then section 69A till section 74. Read it out in your homework. Next is e-signature and digital signature. Just hold on. Section 2 subsection A of the IT Act 2008 defines electronic signature means authentication of any electronic record by a subscriber by means of the electronic technique specified in the second schedule and includes digital signature. Electronic signatures are technologically neutral and the Act does not specify any particular technology for the purpose. Electronic signature can be biometric, name typed at the end of the email, digitalized version of conventional signature. Digital signatures are more authentic than electronic signature. Electronic signatures are used for the purpose of verification of document while digital signatures are used for securing the document. Digital signatures have limited validity of maximum 3 years while electronic signatures have no such limits on validity. Our last topic is encryption. A digital signature is used for the authentication of an electronic record. These signatures are created and verified with the help of cryptology. Encryption involves transformation of simple messages into ciphertext while the process of decryption reverses the coded text into the simple message. It has two forms, symmetric encryption and asymmetric encryption. Symmetric encryption is the most basic kind of encryption involving only one secret key for the purpose of encryption and decryption of information. Asymmetric information are two keys involved in this case for encrypting, decrypting messages, public key and private key. That's all for this unit and this block. Now let's start with the next block. In block 5, we are going to deal with unit 13, 14 and 15. Unit 13 is related with e-tailing. E-tailing, then its models, then e-retail mix sale the 7 Cs, then e-tailing in India. E-shopping or online shopping is the process of buying goods and services. This is we are aware with. Then successful e-tailing, what do you understand by e-tailing? Retail, as we know, retail is the process of selling consumer goods or services to customers through multiple channels of distribution to earn profit. The retail is the sale of goods on which the physical location where the seller and the buyer meet in person. Nowadays, successful retailing requires strong branding. Websites must be engaging, easily navigable, and regularly updated to meet customers' demands. E-tailers need strong distribution networks. E-tail versus retail. You can see what e-tailing stands for e-retailing. In retailing, we meet persons in personal form, means physical form. But in e-tailing, we do not meet persons in physical form. It is the act of sale of goods and services via internet or other electronic sources for personal and household use by the consumers. There are many types of e-tailers and the most popular are pure play, which are known as virtual e-retailers, and brick and click mortar e-retailers. Excuse me. Advantages of e-tailing for retailers are location utility. Location is the utmost important for the conventional retailing process. Then it is less expensive. People have high reach on this. It is available 24/7 and it is easy to management customer relationship. Some of the disadvantages are lack of infrastructure is seen here. Then some technological expertise is also lacking here. After that, the logistic management is very complicated here. Complexive situations are created by this logistic management. Then customer expectations are very high in this section. Lack of personal touch is seen and high competition is prevailing in the markets. For buyers, the advantages are time utility, place utility, convenience utility, and obviously with the options. Buyers are presented with a lot of options in this section. Some of the disadvantages are regarding the fraud and loss of money. Product is not available sometimes, then technological low know-how and the quality of the products. The e-tailing models are two type of models are there. One is inventory based, other one is marketplace based. According to the foreign foreign direct investment policy in India, inventory model of e-commerce means an e-commerce activity where inventory of goods and services is owned by e-commerce entity and is sold to the consumers directly. According to foreign direct investment policy guideline, marketplace model of the e-commerce means providing of an information technology platform by an e-commerce entity on a digital and electronic network to act as an facilitator between buyer and seller. E-retail mix sales, the 7 C's. Here 7C e-retail mix is defined as the different techniques and tools e-retailers use to provide values for customer. The 7 C's are convenience for the customer, customer value and benefit, cost to the customer, communication and customer relationship, computing and category management issues, customer franchisee, customer care and services. In the section convenience for the customer, that is placed from the 4 P's are physical location, layout, free flow, grid, free grid, website design, virtual location, multi-channel options. Under customer value benefits, satisfactions wanted by consumer, solution to problems, wide content, customization of products. Then cost to the consumer, cost of internet telephone access, consumers' perceptions, the real cost that customers will pay after the transportation, carriage, and taxes are included. Communication and customer relationships, market survey, public relation, direct mail, email, internet, online methods such as banner ads, etc. Then computing and category management issues, supplying the products that customers want in the right sizes and quantities, efficient supply chains with computer network links, cooperation between suppliers and retailers, then efficient logistic systems are an important component of customer care and service. Customer franchisee, image, trust and branding, safeguard including fraud protection, safeguard shopping icons, that is web trader. Customer care and service, creating assortments at competitive prices in an accessible format, fast and reliable deliveries at the times convenient to the shopper, availability of help, return and refund facilities for the bricks dealers or personnel crucial. For the retailer, click through telephone help, bulletin boards, and chat rooms make the experience more interactive and at community. Addressing customer concerns, particularly for credit card security, that is displaying the padlock secure site logo. Now let us understand the concept of e-tailing in India. Just a second. In India, e-tailing has substantially grown and still penetrating in the market owing to internet accessibility and smartphone availability. In addition, e-banking services and digital wallets have fueled the e-tailing trends in India. You can see this graphic representation. Just a minute. Here, the traditional retailing, you can see the blue one is of 2017 and the red one is of 2021. Then the organized sector you can see, and then the e-commerce sector. As per the recent reports and analysis, the e-tailing market has been taken over by electronics and apparel. So the game changer events in e-tailing industry in India are the internet penetration, usage of mobile, advent of social commerce, adoption of technology, omni-channels and digital wallets. The following are the major categories of products sold in e-tailing. You can see this pie diagram. Electronics coverage is 49% and apparel coverage is 29%. Key players are Amazon, We have read about these websites in our earlier units also. Amazon, Flipkart, then Snapdeal. It was founded by Kunal and Rohit on February 2010. Then India Mart. It is B2C and B2B and customer C2C, customer to customer service provider. Then Book My Show. After then is First Cry. Just hold for a second. Thank you for waiting. We were on First Cry. First Cry is an online Indian store which deals in baby products. Then Paytm Mall. Paytm is a Noida based Indian e commerce payment portal and financial technology company. Then Alibaba Group Holding Limited is a Chinese multinational technology company which exclusively deals in e commerce, retail, internet, and technology. Then eBay. eBay is an American multinational e commerce corporation operating in about 33 countries as of 2018. You need to read out about these companies. These are some
Okay.
of the exam- These are some of the examples of e-tailers in India. Yes, what were you saying?
No, I said okay, ma.
Pardon?
I said okay.
I'm not getting what are you saying?
You were talking about the companies Alibaba and eBay. You said that we should look them up later. So then I said
Yes.
okay.
Okay, okay. Our next unit is e-services. In this unit, we are going to understand the meaning and benefits of e-services, then fintech, e-financial services, then e-travel services, e-auction services, e-learning, virtual communities and web portals, online learning, e-publishing services, online entertainment. With the expanding demand of web business based businesses, more organizations are currently searching for better ways and means to upgrade their reasonable worth. The time have gone when expansion and implementation requires hundreds of years for execution. With introduction of technology and communication, there are a lot of alternatives for promotion. In reality, even a single individual can run an organization with simply a limited resources. E-services is known as the online service, refers to any information and service provided over the internet. These services not only allow subscribers to communicate with each other, but they also provide unlimited access to information. Online service delivery is an effective way to build close relationship with customers, partners, and the public while simultaneously cutting costs and reducing delays. You can see the components of e-commerce in this diagram provided: service provider, then service receiver, and then channels of service delivery. There are various kinds of e-services such as booking systems, bookings for restaurants or reservations for hotels, training courses for companies can be offered online, electronic governance or e-governance, just like government to citizen, government to business, government to employees, government to government. Thus, electronic governance or e-governance is the application of IT for delivering government services. Some of the benefits of e-services are assessing a greater customer base, a greater consumer base, alternative communication channels to customers and consumers, broadening market reach, cost savings, enhancing perceived company image, enhancing transparency. E-services can provide flexibility to save your changes and return later to complete your submission, faster delivery of products, gaining competitive advantages, global access 24 hours a day, 7 days in a week means 24/7, improved client service through greater flexibility, increased professionalism, increasing services to customers, less paper waste, lowering of entry barrier to new markets and cost of acquiring new customers. Online services mean you complete the forms electronically, giving you more flexibility and control. Online services or e-services are secure and convenient. Opportunities to manage your business from anywhere in India. Potential for increasing customer knowledge. You can share your username and password with your trustees, independent examiner, or someone else who make changes or submit the returns on your behalf. Fintech. Finance is seen as one of the industry's most vulnerable or disruption because financial services are much like publishing, which are made of information rather than concrete goods. Fintech is a hybrid term for finance and technology and refers to any business that uses technology to enhance or automate financial services and processes. The fintech applications for internet business will permit retailers to catch a major portion of fintech item deals. Technologies used by fintech are artificial intelligence. Regarding artificial intelligence, also we have done in our previous blocks. Artificial intelligence in general terms are for many different technologies. Fintech industry, AI algorithms can be used to predict changes in the stock market. Then chatbots. A chatbot is a software application used to conduct an online chat conversation via text or text to speech in place of providing direct contact with a live human agent. Then big data is another technology that financial institutions can utilize. In the finance sector, big data can be used to predict clients' investments and market changes and create new strategies and portfolios. Big data can be used to analyze customer spending habits and therefore improve fraud detection. Robotic process automation is an artificial intelligence technology that focuses on automating specific repetitive tasks. Blockchains is another financial technology that is being used in the industry. Out of all the fintech technologies, blockchain was developed for the purpose of finance. Increased fintech product offerings. One incredible utilization of online business is to offer monetary types of assistant that broaden the things offered by banks. This is only the beginning of a significant change brought about the effect use of online business on banking and account. Here are some alternate ways that fintech and web based business influence one another. Advanced currency and cryptocurrency. Actual money is being resigned in numerous countries to be supplanted by computerized adaptations of cash. This may move to digital money at last for its additional security assurances and handiness. Lasting digital achieve records. Blockchain innovation, which gets from cryptographic money applications, is currently used for making lasting encoded records of monetary exchanges that are public. Man-made brain power and big data mining. Man-made brain power as of now being applied to examine big data and search for designs. Shared frameworks have just advanced that intermediate that customary fintech structures, versatility, versatility. Most online buyers routine utilize a cell phone for web-based businesses. Utilizing artificial intelligence chatbots for client assistant and complex information examination by applying AI calculations to big data. On the web, it is similarly as simple as to purchase protection from a significant retail location, all things considered from a protection organization. Next topic is e-financial services. Financial services refers to the economic services provided by various financial institutions that deal with the management of money. It is an intangible product. With the advent of technology, the prefix e has been added just to facilitate customer in a more agile way. It has been revolutionary in how internet business impacts banking. E-financial services are an essential tool for economic growth as it brings together the one who needs funds and those who can supply funds. The mandate of Department of Financial Services covers the functioning of bank, financial institutions, insurance companies and the national pension system. E-travel services. With the growing number of internet and smartphone users, the industry has progressed. Web-based business has changed the entire idea of the movement and the travel industry. And e-travel is a layman term in an action that covers the complete travel business world on the internet. Travel organizations would now be able to contact their worldwide crowd settling down any place on the planet and effectively counts their evaluating with rivals to empower them to offer their own clients the most ideal alternatives. Some of the services under e-travel are online booking, overseeing recessions. The web-based business industry has incredibly influenced downturns. A downturn is the time of misfortune that goes on for about half a year. Computerization and networking. GPS is perhaps the best innovation that encourages you in the business of movement and travel industry. Extra global market. Web-based business innovation gives you better skill about the extra market. Ease of accessibility. The technique cycle of business are currently as simple as connecting with the market. In the table 14.4, the case study of IRCTC is given. IRCTC is Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation. You are required to read this in your homework. Then some of the e-auction services, let us read about this. E-auctions are online real-time dynamic negotiations between a buying company and a number of pre-qualified suppliers. Utilizing e-auctionable streamlining procurement process resulting in increased savings that reflect directly on bottom line. The advantages of using e-auctions are many. Some of its advantages are time saving, cost saving, achieving a uniform buying and negotiation process, greater market transparency, etc. There are two types of e-auctions: reverse auctions and step auctions. A reverse auction is a type of auction in which the traditional roles of buyers and sellers are reversed. Thus, there is one buyer and many potential sellers. In step auction, savings are generated because suppliers are unaware about their competitiveness compared to the other suppliers. In this format, suppliers have no transparency regarding their position. Some of the examples are general consumer auctions. The best purchaser sale of web destinations is eBay, and the most well known arrangement utilized is a modernization form of the English sale. eBay sell of bidders. This is the case study of eBay. Then specialty consumer auctions. There are three broad categories of auction websites: general consumer auctions, specialty consumer auctions, eBay. In the overall consumer sell of market, various firms have been chosen to distinguish unique premium market targets and make particular web close out destinations that address the issue of those market sections. Consumer reverse auctions and group purchasing. Just hold a minute. Another sort of business made conceivable by the internet is the gathering buying web page, which is like a customer turnaround sell off. Business to business auctions. There are B2B auctions which are between business to business. Large organizations regularly transact unused or overstocked materials, have liquidation expert who discover purchases for these unsellable stock things. Then business to business reverse auctions. In the past years, glass and building materials make Owens Corning held in the excess of 2000 converse sales for the assortment of things, including synthetic compounds, transports, and line fittings. Not all the organizations are excited about opposite sell-offs. Some buying heads contend that converse sell-offs cause providers to contend on cost alone, which can lead providers to compromise on quality or miss book conveys details. Now, e-learning. All of us have access to the internet and we use for many different things. Just like we are doing e-learning, electronic learning. Swayam is the app for electronic learning. Next is online learning. Online or web based learning is schooling that happens over the internet. We are doing over internet. It is distant learning. Correspondence courses, telecourses, compact desk room courses, web based learning, and portable learning. Some of the fundamental focal points of online learning includes convenience. Online learning provides all day convenience. It is available 24/7. If you have recorded videos, you can watch it at your convenience. Then enhanced learning. Research shows expanded profundity of comprehension and maintenance, obviously content, more significant conversations, accentuation on composing aptitudes, innovation abilities, etc. Leveling of the playing field. Students can set aside more effort to think and reflect prior to imparting. Bashful understudies will will in general flourish on the web. Interaction and innovative teaching. Interaction increased understudy to educator and understudy to understudy collaboration and conversation. Innovative teaching, student focusing methodologies, expand assortments, and inventiveness of learning exercises. Improved administration, savings accommodate more understudies, expand understudy fulfillment is equal to higher maintenance and less rehashes. Maximize physical resources, lessen request on restrict grounds foundation, then outreach. Our next point is e-publishing services. At first, development in the internet distributing commercial center was driven by the capability of new intelligent innovations and applications. The guarantee of new intuitive distributing caught the creative minds of both substance suppliers and the general population. As the underlying rapture wore off, distributors understood that basically having a presence on the web did not ensure benefits. They found that offering energizing innovation without convincing substance is inadequate to catch pace of the overall industry. Excuse me. These organizations are discovering that the most ideal approach to catch buyers' considerations is to build up a plan of action and permits the organization to offer one of a kind and important data, programming, and administrations. The early internet distributing pioneers are attempting to achieve a troublesome accomplishment. Paper and magazine distributors, a portion of the first to have a special interest in the internet. While some advertisements incomes are not verging on converging costs now, they could feel considerably in coming a long time as a traffic increments and brand names become set up. Brand improvement is the significant on the grounds that each time a client sits before a web program, she needs to settle on a choice about where to go. The better the brand, the more probable is to spring up in the shopper's brain. Online publishing strategies are: first one is early movers. The distributors have the ability to get the most noteworthy advantages from new media. Then vouchers. These are enormous distributing organizations that utilize scale touchy financial matters. And then analyzers. These are the most of the distributors that face either engaging quality or potentiality expertise challenges. After then, online publishing approaches are content distributing approach, then online archive approach. There are four types of content distributing approach: the online chronicle, the new medium, the distributing intermediation approach, the dynamic and a without movement to spared methodology. Then online archive approach, the online chronicle approach claims to corporate distributors and somewhat business distributors. An illustration of the bibliographic information base is Midline, created by the National Library of Medicine. The new medium approach: Times News Convenience, customized news convenience, and accepts to make new material for the web, to regard the web as its own medium, one meriting its own material. This methodology right now makes them aware about the issues in the view of mechanism constraint. Regardless of whether the innovation imperatives were survived, the assumptions for the web are so not the same as print media that new substance composed for a web crowd should be made. The publishing intermediation approach, the distributing intermediation approach misuses the new help openings for go betweens. Online indexes are significant for a few reasons. Organization and customers keen on directing electronic trade frequently battle to explore the internet to make an electronic commercial center. Then the dynamic and just-in-time publishing approach. Online substances note at this point static data substance would now be able to made continuously and communicated on the fly in the configuration most appropriate to the client's area, tastes and inclinations. All the more critically, the substance motors perceives rehash guests to a website and arranges the web pages to coordinate the person's known inclinations. Copyright issues. Another central point of interest in web based distributing identifies with computerized copyrights. Powerful mechanical assurance instruments are essential to guaranteeing the accessibility of value content on the web. Next one is online entertainment. Any doubts still here? Any questions?
No, ma.
Online entertainment basically includes getting music and movies over the internet. This can either be watched and tuned into the programs as they occur, or to keep it on gadget to appreciate some time in the new, not too distant future based on your very own preference. Any cutting edge web empowered gadget ought to have the option to get to online diversion. Music can be played back to numerous gadgets, and you can utilize the earphone attachment found on the most electronic gadget to connect speakers or individual earphones. Benefits of getting to diversion on the web are convenience, browsing a wide scope of effectively go-to material, cost capitalizing on free substance and timing, picking when and where you see or tune in, etc. Just like TV online, television administrations are accessible for most significant stations. Watched recorded TV shows or live TV shows. Then films. Those with membership to administrations like Netflix, Love Films can likewise get to scope of movies on the web. Then book. Digital books can be gotten to online to give clients opportunity to pursue from gadgets. Then radio, it is just as getting music as individual records, you can likewise get to online radio broadcast to appreciate later or old hits. Then OTT, over the top. Platforms are the content providers growing exponentially as more people switch to online channels for entertainment. These are some of the OTT platforms. OTT in India perspectives. OTT have a great impact and have strategic implications that have changed the dynamic of the video streaming industry, especially the OTT services in India. The increasing penetration of the internet and mobile device has conveniently spread the mantra of anything, anytime, anywhere. That's all for the unit. Now we are going to have a break of 5 minutes. Then we will start with our next unit. Okay, this is our last unit. Do you have a questions regarding any block from block 1 to block 5? Because this is the last class we are taking. I'm giving you 5 minutes break. Go through your syllabus. If you are having any questions regarding anything related to your syllabus, you can ask me here. Okay? Any questions? Have you looked for it? Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Let's start with last unit, app based commerce. In this unit, we are going to understand what is an app, means application, classification and types, then steps for app development, then mobile developmental development frameworks, after then app store and apps for various domains and segments. In the present time, with the rapid technological disruptions, mobile phones have become an inevitable part of human life. Even though the primarily function of mobile phones is telecommunication, but with technological upfront, they have made many things possible which were unimaginable earlier. What is an app? An app is a short form of a term called application. It is basically a type of software that can be installed and run on computer, tablet, smartphone, or other electronic devices. An app is simply a piece of software that you can get access to and use through the internet. A mobile application, also referred to as a mobile app or simply an app, is a computer program or software application designed to run on a mobile device, such as a phone, tablet, or watch. You can see the app icons in a mobile or smartphone in this figure. Many apps are also available for mobile devices and even for TVs. We will discuss about it in more elaborative manner in coming heads of the unit. Some are useful for desktop and some are useful for mobile. Classifications of app. Beta, please mute your meeting. Mobile applications may be classified by numerous methods. A common scheme is to distinguish native, hybrid, and web based apps. A brief about all is given below. Native, hybrid, and web apps. Native apps are developed for their particular platform, taking full advantage of the software and operating system features. These apps can directly assist the hardware of the device, such as GPS, camera, microphone, etc., so they are faster in execution, which ultimately results in better user experience. Therefore, an app intended for Apple device does not run in Android devices. As a result, most business develop apps for multiple platforms. While developing native apps, professionals incorporate best-in-class user interface modules. This accounts for better performance, consistency, and good user experience. Hybrid apps. The concept of the hybrid app is a mix of native and web-based apps. Apps developed using Apache, Cordova, Xamarin, React Native, SensorTouch, and other similar technologies fall into this category. Despite certain advantages, hybrid apps exhibit lower performance. Often apps fail to bear the same look and feel in different mobile operating systems. Web-based apps. Web-based applications are in particular type of software that allows users to interact with a remote server through a web browser interface. It works on any browser, whether it is Chrome, Opera, or Samsung Internet browser. These apps have seen a huge increase in popularity in recent years. A web based app is coded in HTML5, CSS, or JavaScript. Internet access is required for proper behavior and user experience of this group of apps. Desktop applications. These are countless desktop applications and they fall into several categories. Few types of applications are word processors. A word processor allows to write a letter, design a flyer, and create many other types of documents. The most well known web processor is Microsoft Word. We had elaborately discussed about this application software in our previous course in an elaborative manner. Then media players, if you want to listen to MP3s or watch downloaded movies, you will need to use a media player. Windows Media Player and iTunes are popular media players which are also covered in our previous unit number 14. Mobile apps, desktop and laptop computers are not only the devices that can run applications. You can download apps for mobile like games or tablets, like smartphones or tablets, just like Gmail, Instagram, Duolingo. Steps for app development. First one is defining mobile app objectives. To clearly set the define the objectives for which app is being made is an important part of the app making process. What is the main purpose of making app? What are the main features of app that will be useful for customers? How this app will be useful in solving problems of the customers. Preliminary design. Deciding about preliminary design is the first step of an app development. It is important to take time to design an app's fundamental structure. Before the next step, it is always advisable to spend enough time to design the app preliminary. The concept building for production of clear understanding of each and every small element of the app is important. Market research. There might be several innovative apps to start various business projects. But before you might move into design and development, it is always better to do research work in terms of market requirement. A small research project with the following questions can support the project much before planning and development works begin. What are marketing plans for this app? Who are targeted audience for this app? How do you want your customers to use this app? Which software platform and framework will be used to make it? Which mobile app development language will be used? Who are your competitors and what is their strategy? Who do they have apps? If so, what features do they offer? What is overall app development budget? What is timeline for development? When will app be launched? Details on research should also be shared with distribution, product creation and IT managers include the software development team. Market analysis. A market analysis is a quantitative and qualitative assessment of a market. It looks into the size of the market both in volume and value, the various customer segments and buying patterns, the competition, and the economic environment in terms of barriers to entry and regulation. Collection of users' feedback. Up- After this app is ready, share it with friends and relatives and co workers to get their feedback and modify the app accordingly. Financial and technical feasibility. It is always necessary to check the financial and technical viability of the entire plan before developing app. It is required to verify whether this software can be developed and whether existing technology funding is available to develop this application. Financial feasibility. Financial analysis is an essential activity in order to achieve financial viability. It is important to understand apps' fixed cost to estimate profit from customers. Technical feasibility. Technical feasibility means checking the possibility if, wait a minute, app can be developed by using latest technology or not. Then, testing of app prototype. This is an important stage in the life cycle of app development. After completing the app with exciting graphics and text, it is important for the app to be thoroughly tested and corrected under a range of real world scenarios. When checking the software, take feedback from other users. Mobile online research tools can also be used to collect feedback and analysis in real time. Tests for image graphics and user interface compatibility across the platform are also needed. Then launching the app. The process of releasing an app in the market is extremely critical. as it is largely dependent on the success of this application. For branding and marketing the app, it is always advisable to hire a good marketing agency who will make efforts to launch the app in a very professional manner. Marketing is also one of the most critical activities to get involved at an early stage in the process. In order to promote the app, a website will also be important. This is important for branding and recognition, as well as for searching and finding. Promotion of apps should be done through organizations' website and social media accounts, blogs, etc. to target niche market. Email campaigning can also be done. Then office release. Up until this point, app's official release date should be the climax of the app marketing efforts. Influential bloggers and journalists could write about some papers and articles to apprise the people who showed interest in the app before the launch. There could also be a promotional email drive to attract download and raise momentum. If the app is published, try keeping user of the app committed by announcing a special deal or promotion using push notifications so that users open the app. Consider having rewards for consumers to download app such as single discount or free product or service. App marketing has never been stopped and needs new technologies every day. Build a simple collaborative feedback channels and respond to users' comments and concerns. Then, mobile development frameworks. There are various types of mobile development frameworks. First one is native mobile app development. The majority of mobile frames are for cross-platform construction. Generally, the development of a mobile app utilizes frameworks developed by the mobile platform company. We generally used for iOS SDK and for iOS and the IDE, that is development software pack. For the development of an Android app, Android SDK is the choice. The frameworks are in the SDKs, each of which has the programming language. Swift or Gold C are used for iOS and Kotlin or Java for Android. Typically, native apps are fast. They are fully compliant with the hardware and native functions of the computer. A business or company must concentrate on all major mobile platforms, especially Android and iOS. This means that a separate development team is required to develop an app for their business. It is necessary to maintain the app after deployment, which makes the process of setup very expensive. Cross platform mobile app development. Mobile cross platforms are designed to build mobile applications on more than one platform. Most, if not all, the common cross platforms frame have support Android and iOS development. There are following frameworks as discussed. First one is Ionic. Ionic is an Angular and Apache Cordova cross-platform system. It helps you to build applications for more than one mobile platforms. For example, for iOS and Android both. Various advantages and disadvantages of Ionic are advantages as a company owner. You not only need to employ two sets of software developers, but you can use your current web development team to create a mobile app for your audience. It saves times and expenses. Ionic uses web technology, so working with them is easy. Disadvantages: in comparison to native apps, Ionic apps are less effective. Ionic is not the best choice to create apps with higher requirements for graphic processing. Next one is Xamarin. In 2016, Microsoft purchased and opened Xamarin from its owners. Xamarin is a C-based cross-platform architecture that takes a particular approach for designing cross-platform applications. Unlike hybrid framework, which use web technologies, it compiles the individual platforms into native codes. Various advantages and disadvantages of Xamarin are discussed. Advantages: apps that are built using Xamarin have little or no difference as compared to native app output. Xamarin helps to create rich UI experiences. Xamarin will only share about 90% of the code base for all the platforms for you to build the user interface separately for each platform. Then a standard UI can be built across all Xamarin platforms. Disadvantages: Xamarin implementations are typically very wide. A simple Android app, Hello World, could take around 16 MB. Xamarin developers do not need some knowledge of their mother tongues for iOS and Kotlin Java for Android Swift Objective-C. While Xamarin itself is free, IDE used for production can be very costly for business. The incorporation of the third-party libraries into Xamarin is often a concern. Although Xamarin tools and libraries provide complete support for native technologies, Xamarin may not be provided by a vendor. React Native. It is a Facebook mobile platform for the development of mobile applications. It is developed on JavaScript and React.js. Contrary to hybrid applications, React Native also uses online technology internally. The web views are not included. It uses actual components of Android or iOS to create user interfaces. It has XML like JSX for the creation of the user interface. React Native then calls for the platform specific native rendering APIs, that is, rendering the program on the screen with Swift and Java. Various disadvantages and advantages of React Native are discussed below. Some of the advantages are: these are several ready-made components can be used for production. React Native built applications are fast and comparable in compiling them to native code with native app results. Respond Native's creation of software saves time. It has a hot reload feature which lets you view code changes on the phone right away. Like Ionic, a new group of developers is not needed to be employed. With React Native, web developers can easily migrate to mobile applications. Some of the disadvantages: the output is not like that of native apps. As with other cross platform apps, apps developed with React Native may have memory management problems due to their JavaScript history. Apart from the React Native team, ready made parts, third party vendors exist, but the components that they create most frequently appear to be inferior. Then Flutter. Flutter is a Google developed mobile user interface to create a beautiful and interactive interface that takes another approach to cross platform creation. Unlike hybrid apps that make use of web reviews or reactive native apps that use native components, Flutter apps fully compile to native code. This native ARM code compilation means that there is no layer between the system and the CPU that makes apps that are entirely native to Flutter. Flutter can do this by using its own graphic engine called Skia. Advantages: these apps are fast at about 60 frames per second. There are even measurements by some developers in Germany of 120 frames per second. As usual, a single code base means time and money is saved. As with React Native above, Flutter also gives ability to see changes made in code the instant which is made on mobile hardware, emulator or simulator. This also makes debugging the app much easier. Flutter is open source. Some of the disadvantages are: developers have to learn a new language as Flutter doesn't make use of any previously known language. Games and apps that require a lot of device specific functions are better off not developed with Flutter. There are many items that rely on knowing the right structure to use. The best choice is to create a game or app that needs a significant number of device specific functions. However, if mobile app is reasonably simple, cross platforming is the best choice because it saves time and money. Let's see the comparative analysis for mobile development frameworks. React Native, Ionic, Xamarin, and Flutter. Developers are Facebook, Drifty, Microsoft, and Google. Language: JavaScript, TypeScript, C++, Dart. Then performance: close to native, moderate, and amazing controller. Code reusability: in real native it is 90%, Ionic it is 98, Xamarin is 98, and Flutter is 50 to 90. Testing: React Native is on mobile device or emulator, then any browser is for Ionic. Xamarin mobile device or emulator or test cloud. Flutter mobile device or emulator. GUI user names UI controller, HTML, CSS uses native UI controllers and use proprietary widgets and deliver UI. Apps React Native, Airbnb, Discord, Instagram, Ionic, Market Watch, Pacifica, Just Watch, Xamarin, Olo, Apex, Storio, Flutter, Cluster.me, PostMuse, and Reflective. That's all for this comparative analysis. Here are given with some of the fill in the blanks and some true true false questions and two questions for writing purposes. You are required to solve it after the class. Then our next topic is App Store. Apps were in the beginning planned for efficiency assistance such as emails, calendar, and contact databases, but the public demand for apps caused rapid expansions into other areas such as mobile games, factory automation, GPS, and location based services. Apps are in general downloaded from application distribution platforms which are operated by the owner of the mobile operating system known as app stores. Most popular types of app stores are such as Google Play Store and iOS App Store, explained in detail below. Types of App Store. Google Play Store. Google Play Store, in the past known as Android Market, is a digital distribution service operated and developed by Google. It provides as the official app store for certified devices running on the Android operating system, allowing users to browse and download applications developed with the Android Software Development Kit and published through Google. Google Play also serves as a digital media store offering music, books, movies, and television programs. The service integrated in Google Play are Google Play Books, Games, Music. Google Play Newsstand before it was phased out in November 2018, and Google Play Movies and TV before being renamed to Google TV in September 2020. Google stated in its developer policy center that Google Play supports a diversity of monetization strategies to benefit developers and users, including paid distribution, in app product subscriptions, and ad based models, and requires developers to comply with the policies in order to ensure the best user experience. Google Play must exercise Google's Play payment system in-app purchases unlocking. Additional app functionally must also use the Google Play payment system except in cases where the purchase is exclusively for physical products or is for digital content that may be added outside of the app itself. Find and download apps or digital content. On your device, open Google Play Store or visit Google Play Store on a web browser. Search for the browse for content. Select an item, select install and pay its item's price. Follow the on-screen instructions to complete the transaction and get the content. Another one is iOS App Store. The iOS App Store is a digital distribution platform developed and maintained by Apple. For mobile apps, it's iOS and iPadOS operating systems. The store allows users to browse and download apps developed with Apple's iOS software development kit. How to get App Store on iOS? Launch setting up on your device, iOS device. Now tap on the screen time. Now content and privacy restriction. Next, you have to enter your restrictions passcode. Then now tap on iTunes and App Store purchases. Click on installing apps. Now make sure the switch next to installing apps in on. If in case it is turn off, turn it on. Any questions still here? Any questions?
No questions, ma.
Any other student? Klechi, Anas, Ali, you?
No question, ma'am.
Okay. The last topic of this unit is apps for various domains and segments. There are various types of apps developed and confined to various domains, which are number one is augmented and virtual reality app. It is one of the most popular app developed in this segment. Many of the virtual reality based on apps are popular among users, just like Pokemon Go, Google Map, etc. The well-known social applications with Google Maps becomes top app. Just a minute. Become top app from last many years as the number of users of this application is constantly growing. Mobile virtual reality or VR has never been that affordable. Anyone who has a smartphone can purchase a cardboard versus VR headset to get the experience of VR apps, virtual reality apps available for download in app stores. Artificial intelligence apps is more than just an assistant. It learns from user behavior. It is integrated into chatbots and thus leverages user experience in app. No doubt everyone has a smartphone, has at least heard of Siri or Google Assistant or similar AI apps that aim to make our life easier by searching the information using voice commands. Retail shopping apps. These days, retail shoppers are not lacking behind the competition. They have also started leveraging benefits of the new technology by developing their online apps. Nowadays, a shop doesn't have to be big to start taking benefits from creating its mobile app. The advantages of having, wait a minute. The advantages of having a mobile application for even a small business is that it increases brand recognition and brings the e-commerce user experience to a whole level. It helps to build customer loyalty, to collect feedback, as well as simply stand out from the crowd. For example, Max, FBB, and Reliance Trends have made their omni-channel presence. Restaurants and food delivery apps, more and more people prefer to check out the place and its menu before actually going there. Restaurants and food apps encourage clients' interaction, develop loyalty, and increase brand recognition. In 2020, the top food apps become Uber Eats with its sales system, but in navigation and mobile online payments. Another popular app is Domino's Pizza app that helps you to place your order using AI and track your pizza location on the map and also allows pre-orders and thus savings time wasting time. Mobile wallets, banking and finance apps. In coming years, the number of financial apps users is going to reach in billions. On average, users check their bank accounts and make some transfers using app every day. Mobile wallets and online other popular online payment trends in the last years is a great option for those who do not want to carry the plastic debit or credit cards, but rather just take their smartphone whenever they go. Android users can install Google Pay, while people who prefer iOS can use Apple Pay. Video streaming apps, one of the most important popular apps, especially in the adolescent segment. Gone are the days when people are used to wait for going to the theater to watch any movie. A huge upsurge was noticed in the times of COVID, especially in entertainment industry. Most of the movies were launched on these platforms, giving viewers a wide access with no extra cost. Just like Netflix. Netflix, the leading TV show broadcasting service, was ahead in annual consumer spending in 2020, while YouTube was number one in the time spent. YouTube Kids, aimed at children aged 4 and up, meant to protect them from inappropriate content, also remained among the leaders in some countries. The videos streaming services for gamers, Twitch, was in the top 5 apps by time spent in countries such as US, Canada, Australia, to name a few. Apart from Netflix, there are many other platforms just like Amazon Prime, Z5, Geo Cinemas, which are ruling the OTT platform nowadays. That's all for the blog. Now tell me if you are having any questions. Any questions related to your subject, related to this course content, related to any block of the course content, or related to any unit?
I think for myself, for now, I don't have questions. But if I'll have questions, I'll ask in the next class.
That is okay, but Elita, this is our last class for this course.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Yes. Oh, don't you have proper schedule for the classes?
We have, but I think I didn't just check.
Okay. For this class means this course content, but we are doing the e-commerce subject in this time classes. Then e-commerce is all covered up. This is the last class for that subject.
Okay, so like if we check on the student portal, it shows that the e-commerce will be writing it in second semester. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, ma.
Now what you are required to do is go through the whole book, read down on daily basis, read some of the units, find time to read the book. If you across any problems, any doubts, then you can ask at your study center and we will help you for sure.
All right, ma. Thank you so much. I was even about to ask, like, if we have any questions, how can we contact you?
Oh, just wait a minute. Let me ask the coordinators and we'll let you know. Just hold on, okay?
All right, ma. Hey guys, how are you doing? Long time. Hmm.
Yes, long time. How has it been?
Elita, hello Elita, what of today class?
Yeah?
Hey, what of today class?
At what?
Hey, I don't attend the class today.
I didn't as well. I came around that was 2:40 p.m. somewhere there.
Okay, people, it is for postponed to 2:40 p.m.
And I'm even surprised that this is the last class today. Imagine.
We have finished the class today.
No,
Yes,
I'm
this is
saying
the
this is the
for
last
this
class
course.
of e-commerce.
We come
The last class today.
today, the last class. What I'm asking is, have you done it?
Ah, like what do you mean? Like I've done it?
What I mean is, did you do the class today? Have
Yes,
you?
Yes.
we had class today.
Allah, oh God, I
We
missed
had
it.
class
Wallahi.
today.
I,
Now the thing
I,
is, I was just busy at church, so I just joined at the 2 p.m., 2:40 p.m. somewhere there. And now the lecturer is saying that this is the last class for e-commerce today.
oh, for you coming today?
Yeah, it's the
The
last
lecture
class.
is concluded.
We won't have e-commerce this semester again.
Okay.
Mm,
Yeah,
So
so
I
like
I,
think it.
I'm waiting for her at least to give us some information. Maybe if we
Mm.
will have some inquiries or we want to ask about something, we can contact.
Okay.
Yeah.
I miss the class. Wallahi.
Huh?
I miss it. Oh, oh,
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma.
I'm unable to contact the coordinator right now. He's not picking up the call. Uh, what I can do it. Can I share my mail ID so that if you are having any questions, you can ask me that?
Okay,
Yes,
ma. Yes,
ma'am.
ma.
Please do
yes,
that.
ma, you can share it.
Okay, just hold on.
Okay, ma.
All right, ma'am.
You can check the in-call messages. I have noted there.
Yes, we've seen it.
Okay, just give the reference of your course code, that is e-commerce, and I will answer you on that platform. Okay.
All right, ma. Thank you so much.
Okay, if any other information I will get from the coordinator, then I will ask him to share it with you all people.
That will be very helpful. Thank you so much, ma.
You're welcome. Are you having any group related to means this class?
Yes, we have a student group
Uh,
where we discuss
on which
a
platform?
lot. No, on WhatsApp.
On WhatsApp.
Yes,
Okay.
ma.
I will make sure that you will get the information there only. Okay.
Okay. Okay, ma.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, ma.
Thank you, madam.
Take care. Bye bye.
All right, ma.
Bye, ma. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, ma. Excuse me, ma,
Yes.
Mala Ali, you said you have a group, ba?
Yes, a WhatsApp group.
Yes, actually, I'm not in the group. I don't know whether you can add me off.
Okay, add your number in the call messages. Then we can
Okay,
screenshot.
okay, okay, I will do that.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
thank you.
Okay. Can you share that group link in the chat messages?
Okay, man. Let me do so.
Okay. Share that group link in the chat messages so that even I can access afterwards.
Okay.
I have dropped my number there on the call. You
Okay.
can check it and add me up, please.
Okay. Okay, no problem.
Please share the group link here.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, ma'am. In a bit.
Buhari, how come you're not in the WhatsApp group? What happened?
Actually,
Elita.
I missed some classes and
Hello, Elita.
Yes.
Please help me to drop the your admin at the group. Help me to drop the link in this messages. Our link.
All right, let me do that.
Okay, thank you.
In which city your people are residing?
Well, I am from Nigeria. We have Zambians here and Nigerians here, mostly
Okay,
Nigerians.
okay, okay.
Me, I'm Zambian, ma, and I've dropped the link for the WhatsApp.
Okay, wait a minute. Just let me check.
Okay. Yes, Elita.
Yes.
And, please add this Buhari Bashir's contact in our WhatsApp group. He dropped his
Well,
number.
what's your country code?
He's from Nigeria. Nigeria.
Yes, the code. I want the
the
code.
code
Plus two
plus
three
two
four.
three four 234, and I'm
Plus,
also trying to join the group too from the link, though I couldn't to
plus, plus
two
two
three.
three four.
Yes.
Yes, plus 234.
All right, I'll add them.
Okay, thank
Thank
you
you.
very much.
You're welcome.
Mm.
How many students are there in that group? I think only 11 students are there.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Alita, have you added me? Alita.
Wait, you wait, I'm adding you now.
Okay, my name is Abdulaziz Abubakar Ibrahim. I'm from Nigeria.
You're not in, you're not in the group as well.
I don't know what like
Drop
which
In
it.
the
group now.
what we are talking about
WhatsApp
the
group.
WhatsApp group.
I did WhatsApp group. I did WhatsApp group.
Yes, yes. No need for another addition. You are
Okay,
already in the group.
okay. All right.
Okay, let's wind up the class and add
Okay,
all
ma.
the students if they are not in that group. Okay.
Yes, ma. We'll do so. Yes, ma.
Okay. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
man. Thank you. Bye bye. Wishing you the best.